Is it all about Gareth Bale, or are Wales bigger and better than just one player?
I think they're better than just one player, but he's a superstar. We've seen him over the years win 5 Champions Leagues, he's saved Wales on numerous occasions, but they've got more to their squad now. The likes of Dan James is in there, Kiefer Moore, I think it's going to be vital. Scoring goals, I watched him, to be fair, this season, play against Spurs, and he was brilliant. So he'll score 2 great goals, so I think he'll have a part to play, of course. Aaron Ramsey. So I think they've got players, they're not just so really reliant on 2 players, which they have been. So I think they've got a good squad there now. I mean, it's still going to be incredibly difficult to get out of the group, but again, they need to get off to a good start. After watching England, what they did to Iran, and with the goal difference as well now, you've got to be looking at that if you're USA or Wales, thinking, all we need to do is get a win, get a win.
Yeah. Do you think that that Wales could fall into the trap of thinking, well, we've done the hard work, we've got to the World Cup for the first time in 64 years, if we get out of the group, it's a bonus or not? I mean, you've got to start from scratch, right?
You've got to start from scratch, and I don't think they'll be thinking that about if we get out of the group, that's it, we're done. They've got players there that have won some of the biggest trophies there is to win out there. They're serial winners. So, listen, the first test, of course, is tonight, USA. Get a positive result, then you go into the next game, and then eventually, if you get out of the group, then it's who you're going to play. So I think when I've heard a lot of the Welsh players speak, and certainly the manager in Robert Page, they don't seem to be looking too far ahead. It's always like one step at a time. And I think, listen, it's fantastic to have Wales there, but it's can they get out of this group?
Well, we always talk about, can we win the group and go through? Will they be thinking it's the fight for second place? Or realistically, if you spoke
they're thinking get out of the group.
That's all. They're not thinking if you ask the manager, Robert Page, he's not going to say, we can top the group.
You've got to be honest. At times, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
Expectation for them would not be to win the group. Player for player, England are a lot better than they are. The race is for second place. And it might be a little bit of arrogance, but you look at the players that they've got compared to what England have got. We've just seen England abolish someone 6-2. I think their aim has to be just get out of the group, finish second. And if they've done that, that's a fantastic achievement.
The focus, understandably, will be all around Gareth Bale. What's it like when you played in many a team where there's been an absolute superstar? I remember you played with Gareth Bale. You signed on the same day, right?
He wasn't a superstar then.
No, I know. He was a left-back, I think. But you signed, you were in a Spurs team, Luka Modric was there, so you know exactly what it's like to play with a superhero, right? Yeah. Does that affect your game? Do you sometimes maybe give away the ball? You're looking for this player a little bit more too? Well, they sent all their attention round. I know they've played with him for many a time. This is not the first time, but will he be their main focus point, do you think?
It's one of them where, with someone like Gareth Bale, you can quite clearly see it with the Wales squad. It's almost like, right, how quickly can we get the ball to Gareth Bale in attacking areas? And sometimes you have that. I remember playing with Berbatov. Now, Berbatov's not in the same bracket, peak for peak, as Bale was in his prime. You talk about one of the greats. But even with Berbatov, he had this arrogance where you'd be in a position and he'd almost put you in 2 minds. Like, you think, do I shoot or do I pass him the ball? And you normally end up passing him the ball because he's a superstar and you know he can make things happen. You give it to him. You end up ultimately keep giving it to him, or Luka Modric. With these Wales players, you've seen it before. Because someone like Gareth Bale has pulled them out of the fire on that many occasions, you can't help but give it to him because you know ultimately he'll do something for you.
At the same time, the USA team, they'll fancy their chances as well. This is one that I think it's a very difficult game to call, actually. Does a draw not necessarily suit both? But you don't want to lose your first. I know it's obvious, of course you don't. But it could be a cagey affair because of that, right?
Well, no, you don't want to lose that first game just simply because of the game it's just been. England have won 6-0.
Okay.
You'd be looking at that game against Iran thinking, we can beat them. Maybe not 6, but we can beat them. But you're right, Andy. It is really important that this first game you don't get beat. You need to get a bit of momentum going. And if Wales can somehow beat this USA team, wow, what a position that puts them. Going into the Iran game next, that could be 6 points on the board. Done and dusted. But if they get beat by USA, then they've got to go to Iran, who are fighting for points. And then you've got England waiting for you. Incredibly difficult.